Hello, power making enthusiasts. Today is going to be an awesome video. We're going to be pairing the EG4 3000 watt inverter with a Big Battery Husky 2 to power stuff. We're going to start with the battery, so I'm going to go out in the wild and find a battery. Here we are out in the wild, and we're looking for the Husky 2 battery. Now these thrive in a lot of different places, but I find that the most popular place I find them is nested up in a solar powered golf cart, and so that's what we're looking for. So here I am, I'm sneaking up nice and slow. I'm trying not to make a lot of noise, I don't want to spook it. And so I'm just going to slowly approach it, kind of in the natural, slow pace. All right, now we're being super quiet. I'm going to do a super sneaky, slow approach. And just watch my footsteps here. Come on up. Now, they have a tendency of hiding right in the center. There we go. All right, nice and easy. Oh, there she is. Crikey, that's a beauty. I think this thing's been in here for a long time. Look at the size of that. Oh, wow. That's a beauty. That's the one we're taking. We're gonna use this one for sure. This Husky is obviously very comfortable in this golf cart. It's been here for a while. You can see that it's adapted to its surroundings, and it's just really liking it. These things in a solar powered golf cart, they've been known to just go years and years and years, just living off the power of the sunshine. I think it could almost go its entire lifespan, just really liking it here. It's a shame we're gonna have to pull it from this natural state and take it into the house and make it live in civilization. What a shame. So we've got the Husky 2 on here now. This is a little stand I built. We're starting with the battery because the 100-pound battery on the base keeps this thing good and solid. I like to put everything on wheels so I can wheel it around while I'm experimenting with it. Now this Husky 2, I've had it for 8 months and I've abused the bejeebas out of it. I have not gone easy on it at all. I've run it clear down to 0% several times. The beauty of this battery is if you run it down to 0% and it shuts off, all you've got to do is turn it off and back on and it's back up and running. I've got other batteries where if you go to 0%, you've actually got to jump start them with a 48-volt battery to get the BMS to start charging again. But this one is my most expensive battery, and it's definitely my best battery. So with lithium, what you pay for is what you get. More money, better battery. See, this is burn spot here is from when the forward and reverse switch lit on fire on the club car. So it's got a little bit of scorch there. This has been used and used, and it is a phenomenal battery. I think I'm actually gonna put it on there sideways like that. Yeah, 150 amp continuous discharge, which is pretty good. I've got other golf cart batteries that do 200 amps continuous, but 150 will get you most places on a golf cart. It did cut out on us one time. We had a golf cart completely loaded with everybody going up a hill, and it did take more power than this was ready to put out. But most of the time, I have not had a single problem. It'll do 225 amps for 5 seconds, 7,500 watts continuous. You can hook 16 of these in parallel. So it is actually a battery. You could just hook a bunch together and build a 100 amp hour capacity. So it's the same amp hour capacity as one of these servo rack batteries over here. Let's get the inverter and mount that on here. So I've got the inverter put on here, 3 screws, 2 on top, 1 on the bottom. Now this inverter, I've got Anderson, I believe it's a 125 amp connector on it because I've been using it all over the place, just plugging it into the golf cart and using it as backup power everywhere. So I really like to use these. I went ahead and hooked one up onto the big battery. And so all I've got to do is just plug these two together. And we've connected our battery. Battery is currently off. I've put a power strip on the side for getting power out, because I've been using it portable situations. So at this point, we could turn it on and start powering stuff. So I'll put a link for the exact specs of the battery and the inverter in the description below. I'll give you some of the highlights of it. You can hook 12 of these units together in parallel, get yourself lots of juice, 97% efficient. You can do up to 5,000 watts of solar coming into this. That's what I say about these. The price on these is so phenomenal because it's a built-in MPP charger in here. So you get an inverter and a charge controller for just the price of a charge controller. So that's pretty awesome. Solar has come down in price so much, and these have just come down in price again. They went up for a while with the tariffs, but now they're back down, affordable, and ready to go. One thing I do want to say is that the idle consumption of this is pretty high. Compared to other inverters, I guess it's not too bad, but for considering that this one is like 70 watts idle consumption, and this big guy over here is 50 watts. So this is a great inverter. It's the first inverter I bought. I was kind of trying out this new technology. I've been using old stuff for a long time. I've been off-grid for 40 years. And so I thought, you know what? The price of everything, with everything that's built into it, I'm going to give this a try. And so I've tried it. It's great. I did upgrade to this one. This one does come with cables. It comes with a breaker and Wi-Fi dongle. This one here costs twice the money, but it's more than twice the inverter. I do recommend just upgrade right up to this because it's got all your built-in breakers for everything. It's all, you got your PV disconnect. It will start and stop your generator. Twice the power, a lot more features, and that's why I upgraded to it. It's got 220, but I obviously like this one too. I use it all the time. So we're gonna hook up the solar now. So I've turned off my solar, and these are my solar leads that came from this inverter over here. I'm moving them over to here. So that one's got 2 MPPT charge controllers on it, each one rated for 4,000 watts. This one's got 1, but this one's rated maximum 5,000 watts. What's interesting is this one's max power is 500 volts is the max power on this, and that one's 450. But ideally, you want to at least run over 200 to be most efficient. I like to run about 300 volts into here, and that's what I've got here. I've got 300 volts of solar, and it ranges between 2,000 and 3,000 watts, depends on what the sun's doing. So it's a good amount of juice to put in here. Okay, so you got your positive. And here's the negative. They poke it in the front of your connector there and cinch it down. Okay, those are connected. So we're dealing with really high voltage on this. So check, double check, make sure your PV is off because that is 300 volts. That could give you a serious owie. The power strip is hooked up to your out, AC out, your hot and your neutral. And then you got your AC in over here. That's where you're gonna hook your generator or the grid. You'll hook it into here. And this isn't gonna get the grid or a generator hooked to it. So let's put that cover back on. So if you have any problems or questions, obviously read your manual, call Signature Solar. They have a really good tech department for helping you. Now let's power this thing up. I gotta tell you, this is one of the things I love about lithium batteries. You just turn that sucker on. So it's powering up. So when my V-Glide burned out on my golf cart, I hot wired in, and I was actually driving my golf cart by turning off and on my battery here. I'd sit on the seat with my hand behind, I just turn the battery off and on full throttle and go, and that's how I got home one time. Okay, battery is on. We are gonna turn the inverter on, powering up. Takes just a minute to come on. There we go. Now you can see we got the battery on, coming over to the loads. Time to turn the solar on. Now you can see we've got the solar on, bringing power in. Over, we're charging the battery. There you go, you got 240 volts battery voltage. Cool. We are up and running. Now it's gonna get dark for just a little while. We're gonna go ahead and bring our power over and turn this off. Move our power over. So this is wired into my breaker box on the house here as we remodel. We're moving around and doing different things. So it's just kind of portable power. But this setup here is going to be powering 3 chest freezers and a fridge and whatever else is going on in the house here. There you go. We have switched over. This bad boy is going to go on to another project for a little while. I am going to hook in the Wi-Fi dongle real quick. I want to go over these wires. There we go. There you go. That's where it plugs in. And then I just set it on top right there and put it somewhere, but we'll just put it there. So the back of your manual is going to have all your information for signing into the Wi-Fi dongle and everything. It's got a QR code. Scan that. It's going to bring you to the Smart ESS app. And from there, you'll have all this info. So this is a sweet phone holder. It's for golf carts I got from Ben Laurie. I'll put a link for that in the description too. It's pretty sweet. As you can see, here we've got 1,400 watts coming in from the solar. We've got 988 watts going into the battery. We've got, I think it's a 5, pretty small print for these old eyes. 500 and something watts going in, running the house. Battery's at 90% charge. PV volts, 233 volts coming in. We're getting later in the day, so the volts and amps are coming down on the solar, but that's pretty sweet. Gives you all your info. I like the apps a lot more than reading it on here. So anyways, I'm going to do another video going into the settings, and so we'll fine tune the settings and everything. But for now, default mode, we're up and running. So yeah, it's been a great inverter. This right here is bigger than my original power system I had running my house, and it's just that big. It's amazing. Super simple. I just love solar. It's just free energy coming from the sunshine. You hook it to everything, building stuff, powering everything. It's just awesome. I've got a lot more videos in the works that I'm making. You look over here, I'm building my first e-bike. Got all the parts sitting there, just getting it put together. That's gonna be cool. I got lots more golf cart videos coming where we're gonna be building a 4-wheel drive golf cart. So a lot of fun. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you all in the next video.